The Mustangs were 29-3 on the year. And obviously those two schools from similar parts of the state. Cedar Catholic had already beaten Stanton earlier in the year. They knocked them off 2-1 in a really tough battle, so knew that was going to be tough. They ended up taking it in 10 kills per match. This is not unusual for a C2 in that they are very, remarkably balanced. Cotto again.
The setter of that Hamilton really has the opportunity to distribute and know that she's got great people in all positions.
Out of just off the net, the swing from Kaylin Meyer. You'll see Meyer all over the floor. Meyer is a 6'3" sophomore who plays middle, averages better than 15 kills per set.
15 per set.
32 kills in the first match against Centura. Pushed outside, left-handed swing, and the kill from that left side.
So she's taking on a dual role. A lot of times you sub the setter out in the front row and bring in a big hitter. Wiesler has the capabilities of being a...
2 kills here early on for the sophomore who has already committed to go to the University of Nebraska, and there is Kelsey Blevins, the head coach of Superior, but already committed to go to Nebraska and play volleyball. And I make the point that she's playing volleyball.
Her choice to go any direction, and has chosen to go to Nebraska and play volleyball, following her mother's footsteps.
That's right. Attack and kill.
Either setting or hitting, and this system allows her to do both.
Free ball here for the Wildcats. Goes behind Wiesler.
Well, she works hard. She's a lefty, so she's on her on-hand side. The ball gets to her hitting shoulder first, and so she's able to really drive through that ball and puts her in a good position over there.
2 hits called. Here's Meyer. Bump set. Pushed outside. Here's Reifenrath off the top of the block. Meyer, what an aggressive swing.
The velocity on that ball is incredible.
She had Division I offers in basketball. Chose to commit to John Cook in the Nebraska volleyball team.
Steps out there. She's physical. She's strong.
Cotto brought it back in. Here's Reifenrath. Tools the blocking up. They will find ways, even as she rotates into the back, they will find ways to get her swings from the back row. We saw that already throughout the tournament.
And why wouldn't you? It just adds another element, another dimension to your team.
As Sydney Steffen is serving, talked about their undefeated season. They're currently 32-0. It's the longest winning streak in Cedar Catholic volleyball history, their previous long. There's Danae Buss, the head coach of Cedar Catholic. Danae has a long volleyball history. She played herself and has some relatives that all would recognize. It was this Cedar Catholic team that knocked off Stanton 3-1 in the semis.
Just really wasn't in a position for the outside hitter to hit.
Great hustle. Push back to the pin. What a great set.
It's aggressive and wins out.
Off the top of the block. The touch keeps it alive. And what position. That is a 6-0 Cedar Catholic run. Tried the second touch, but Trojans are there, and they put that down as well. That'll slow it just a bit. Quick in the middle, got the kill from Mallory Steffen. Otto tries deep corner, not there. Out of the back row, Meyer into the net. 5-9, they went on to sweep 25-18, 25-22. So the wear on the legs not as significant.
Utilizing a lot of attackers. You look up and down the roster. Everybody's got 1, 2, 3, 2. So really keeping the Wildcats off balance.
Cotto again with the kill.
Coming from, and the hitters are doing a great job finding places for that ball to find the floor.
Great readjustment. Out to the pin, block back. Meyer provides the coverage. Pushed out, Cotto kept alive. Tried deep corner, what a great shot. Gorkov had 12 kills in their opening round win against Centura. And remember, Superior came in as the number 6 seed overall. 25-4 on the year. Never been in a state championship match. And that is Cotto again from that left side. She's in her junior year, and says the jumps and bounds and leaps that she has made since last year to become one of the key hitters on this team has really helped make them balanced, and in the long run, a stronger team, clearly. Good pass from Cotto. Quick set in the middle off the block. With a nice swing, but Doug. Block. Sullivan and Miller, running a 6-2 as well for Superior as they rotate. Switch off setting, depending on who's in the back row. Just off, but off the hands, and the kill.
And having a team surround you too in a difficult situation, there's strength in that as well.
So underway here in set number 2, Cotto. Off the block, the tool. Cedar Catholic area. Some great athletes there.
It's an athlete name.
Swing by Hamilton, tried to go down the line. There was no touch, so point for the Trojans. Cotto off the top of the block, and Cotto with another kill.
Off the hand.
Meyer from the back row, overpass. Trojans regather. Cotto, 5 kills to lead the team.
She's got 5 now and hitting over 600, almost 700. Give her the ball.
Or give her the ball, one of the two.
Correct.
So Cotto and Wiesler both with 5. Reifenrath with 4. Miller with 3. Stefan Hochstein both with 2. It is balanced.
And then you got 2 great setters making good decisions to give them those, to keep it off balance and really distributing.
Trisha Hayes is serving for Superior. Cotto is long.
A couple things just didn't go right.
Good.
Just kind of some scrappy play there.
Got that back in, free ball here. Meyer out of the back row with the kill. Superior run to even it at 6.
Split the block there. Tegan Sullivan sneaks it through.
Into the net, called on the Wildcats. Run a little tandem there, combination play.
Great shot just inside the sideline.
Another aggressive swing.
Yeah.
Wiesler with another kill.
And then unloads.
Touch just out.
Wiesler did a great job again, knowing where she's at, watching and following that ball all the way to the sideline.
Off the tip and a kill by Kirchhoff. A left-handed touch by Wiesler, or by Reifenrath.
I went past her, and I'll let you do your job and I'll get out and do mine. There she goes.
Off the block and out, and Reifenrath now with another one. She's got 5 kills.
And she does a great job on that outside. She works hard, gets out there, drives. Here tooling it off the block.
Wiesler rotates back to serve. Now she will set for Cedar Catholic. Meyer's swing not down, but leads to the point. Big block.
Look as she closes and pushes to the middle of the court.
Superior is settled in here in set number 2.
Got a chance to kind of catch their breath.
A great pace there on that set out to the pin by Wiesler. Up by Cotto, bump set out to Reifenrath. Into the net is going to be called. Team from Cedar Catholic that won a state title. They've won 2 state titles in volleyball at Cedar Catholic, one coming in 1989 and the other just a few years ago in 2012. They were here at state last year but lost in the first round. Outside or into the antenna by Meyer. Wiesler to Cotto. Another one for Cotto.
Key thing about that too, she's hitting about 750. So she, at most swings she's making contact with are being terminated.
Great tip by Meyer, right over the block. Defender So now serving for Cedar Catholic is Maddie Sudbeck, the senior setter. Cano into the block, Meyer was there. So Kaylin Meyer will serve. Down by just one here in the second. Nearly a very effective kick.
Great pass.
And the block, and a little excitement from Kirchhoff.
And a great block there. Here you can see she stays in, pushes that outside hand. Look at that great technique, pushing from the outside.
Good.
Wiesler again.
Yep. I believe that's 9.
And
Wow.
another good swing by. Miller nearly down, but great save there by Madeline Arns, the libero for Cedar Catholic. Second set here, maybe not as quick tempoed as set number 1, but certainly a tighter game and a big block there. Off the top of the block.
Tough serve there, ace serve.
Madeline Arns, the senior libero. Another tough serve, short serve, pushed outside. Left-handed swing and kill from Megan Miller. In set number 2, Cedar Catholic took the first and leads it 1-0. Tough serve there, free ball over. Superior out to Meyer, and Meyer off the tape. Reifenrath just pushes it over. They'll go back to Meyer again, a little tight to the net, but she adjusts. Wildcats came in at 27-4, those 4 losses to Lawrence Nelson to open the season. They lost to BDS, a terrific team. And Kirchhoff to serve. Shanked pass, Reifenrath will just have to send it over. Once again, Miller, and they've found something here. The Wildcats, a little bit of momentum. Set point number 1 for Superior in the second. Tooled the block, that's a good swing by Wiesler. Meyer puts it away. And the Wildcats have come back and evened this at 1 apiece.
Couldn't be happier where we're at right now.
Kaylin is such an impressive athlete that she had Division I offers in volleyball, basketball, and track only as a sophomore. How did she handle that as a 14, 15-year-old? And your family, obviously, she committed her sophomore year.
You know, we've been very proud of her. She's handled it very well. It's going to be a fun ride for the next few years.
Your record for the discus still holds in the state of Nebraska for high school. You have the boys' state record with a throw of 203 feet, 6 inches. And Kaylin, last year, just as a freshman, won the all-class gold
166
in the discus. So what is it about your family and just being such incredible throwers?
You know, they've just been around it their whole life. They were around it a lot when I was coaching it. And obviously I've coached them since they've been this tall. And it's important to get these kids an early start. And that's a lot of it. You just get some things established early. And, you know,
And I'm guessing your girls have drank a lot of milk over the years.
Yeah, I grew up on a dairy farm, so that's also been important.
All right, thanks, Andy.
Thank you.
All right, thanks very much. Great interview. Thank you, Andy. Impressive athlete.
Absolutely, and just again the family, and it's just good to see.
Cotto with the serve and a 4-2 lead, and a tough serve. Brought it back, kept it alive. Good pass by Cotto. Wiesler pushes behind her. And the kill. She's hitting .417, 6 digs.
She's been tough at that service line too. She's really created a run in set number 1, and here she's off on a run again.
Winds up and fires, and
Yeah.
Wiesler with another one.
And just the gap in the block, here just beating the block in this situation. Blockers have to stay balanced because they're not sure where that ball is going to go, and it really gives an advantage to the hitter.
Ready, Tom, first up. Good. Set up.
And now back to serve is Madeline Arns. Cedar Catholic got out to a great start this year, obviously 32-0 right now, but it wasn't until they played in that SCOTUS tournament and they went and what a very difficult SCOTUS tournament in the history of their school, and they beat Stanton in the regular season, which they said was a huge turning point. Maybe the biggest moment came this summer at Nebraska Top 10, where they had to beat Centura to win the tournament and had to come back, and they came back in both sets to win it, and said at that point they could just really feel the internal push and the drive and the intensity to be great, and they've done that all year long.
We've got a rally going on here. Both teams scrappy, making shots.
To try again and got it. Three-balled over. Outside, Rife and around, got it. Did not quite get on top of that. Took home the state championship. Johnson Brock just before this match won that school's 3rd straight. And Danae Buss and Cedar Catholic looking for that school's 3rd title, but first since 2012. And right now the run continues, and Maddie Wiesler continues to serve bullets. And she does again. Good aggressive run there. Nice job by Wiesler on the serve. On the overpass, put down. Big aggressive swing off the block and out by Meyer. She just continues to fire away. 14 kills now for Kaylin Meyer.
And the intensity and the explosiveness of those swings, it's just been fun to watch.
Good one-handed up by Cotto. And then Rife and Rath dumps it right in the campfire.
She's coming over a little bit quicker than normal in that second contact.
(15-7). Sydney Steffen serves. Outside Meyer. Good dig. Tried corner, but it was there.
down.
Cotto from the left side.
And Cotto delivers. Wow.
Cotto was there waiting for the overpass, but an ace instead. Superior scored 1, and now they're on another 5-0 run. On the slide, block back, big block. Cotto there with Mallory Steffen. Pushed out to the pin, Meyer got it. I don't know how she finds time for it, but she also plays the alto sax.
You know, when you're in a small school, you do it all.
Everything, right?
You do it all.
Madison Sudbeck serve. Another kill by Kayla Meyer.
Good.
What a block on that right side. Brianna Miller, Gabby Hochstein on that block on the left side.
Use it.
On their right side. And the block right back at Wiesler. Hold that back in. Bump set out. Cotto will send it over.
Doesn't make it easy. Did a nice job.
Nice up. Cotto sets. Finally back in system. And Wiesler's swing just long. Let's look at the numbers for Meyer. 16 kills. Cotto to serve.
Spread it around.
Good tip try, push back over. Eifenrath not down. Good attack by Kirchhoff again, kept alive. And the point for the Trojans to 1. And they got it. So C2 title on the line here in this 4th set for Cedar Catholic. A win gives the Trojans the title. And Superior will start off. Big block that gives them a 2-zip lead here. Let's take a look at the numbers. There's Cotto with the touch. Cotto gets the kill.
Continuing to add to their numbers.
Here they are.
Here's the stats through set number 3.
Saw the big kill difference in favor of Cedar Catholic.
Use it.
Little tight to the net. Pulled back out. Wiesler fires it over. The deep corner, great shot.
It's a lot of court to aim at.
Good, Ashley, good.
Just pushing from that service line.
Hamilton now serves. Good up by Cotto. Nice coverage off the touch. block back again. Tried to recover. It's a little bit of everything that Cedar Catholic is doing well, right? I mean, they run good, quick tempo at times. They mix it up. They have great hitters, well balanced.
Yes, and I would say all that offensively, as well as I would call their serves offensively too. They've been very aggressive with the serve. They controlled what Superior has been able to do with the serve.
Ends that 5-0-1. Kirchhoff now serves. Good reaction off the tape. Off the block and down, Megan Miller with another kill.
Miller, that would be her, just her third kill. Doing a lot of different things here out on the court.
Sixteenth kill of the match, make it 17 for Meyer. And there's Wiesler.
Also, she just keeps chipping away, increasing her numbers. Wiesler.
Oh, by Wiesler. Big swing again. Left for Meyer, got it again.
She gets the ball, and she's working very hard, working along the net. You know, that takes a lot of footwork. You know, you just look at her; she has that physical presence too out on the court.
Right.
Yeah, and just again high expectations for herself, and again bringing her team around.
Good, Abby. Way to throw yourself on the floor.
Had an open look, don't
Yes.
block her up, just could not get it down.
Play aggressive.
Good pass by Cotto. Back row, Meyer down.
Good, Abby. Good.
A little energy here, starting to surge on the Wildcat side.
Block it out.
And they're on a 5-0 run here, and make that 6 with that ace serve. These indoor sports
Let's get rid of this
are great,
cold.
but those outdoors, we're kind of left.
And our producer
vulnerable.
Brock Lord just said in my ear, it's supposed to be 53 and sunny, and I'm not surprised that he already knows that because they're looking
It's
weeks
important.
in advance. That's right.
It's an important piece to know.
For the Wildcats. What a swing out of the back row. In time, Meyer right there, and she delivers.
She's serving tough. She's initiating the play with that tough serve, and then they're utilizing her in the back row with that big swing.
With that side, with a 6'3" frame and as strong as she appears to be, projects as a middle, correct?
You know, and the thing too, the important part too is again her capable of her movement.
Yeah.
She's at a double-double now, and serving a stretch here.
So yet to be determined on, does she swing from the outside or stays at middle?
We'll see.
Yeah. Run. This with
Their
Myers.
feet.
Myers serving in the back row, and they're using her out of the back row as well.
Right.
Kirchhoff not quite down. Good coverage provided by Meyer, though.
Good, man. Good.
Free ball.
Keep it up now. Keep it up.
Back row. Just sent back
Good,
over.
Anna, good.
Finally off the block and a little fist pump from Gabby Hochstein.
Enough of that. Let's go.
Good, Annie. Go, Tom. I can't hear it.
That's her third kill.
Good.
Cotto with the kill.
Final match, they missed 18 serves in that match, but yesterday in the semifinals, they didn't miss any serves, no service errors. And how she did that, she really disciplined them and said she lined the whole team up, had them serve simultaneously for 45 seconds, and if anyone hit the net or if a ball went long, they had to run sprints. So I think it's been working so far.
Mind over matter, maybe. Focus.
What a little forced focus does. It is so true. That is so true. Off the top of the block. Nice job, Meyer, out of the back row. Got it!
She's taking on a heavy load.
We are looking at a set 5 right in the face here in Class
I
C2.
do believe that's very likely in our future.
Yeah. Ashley started in rotation 1 yesterday and served 9 straight points for Cedar Catholic to start their match. They need a similar performance here to get back into this. Big swing from Meyer.
Top, top, top. Good,
Block
Brianna,
back.
good.
Good pass by Cotto. Run the middle, block! Here at the Devaney Sports Center.
Quick start will be key.
And Superior out quick. Good effort on the defensive side for Cedar Catholic, and then Meyer puts it down. 2-zip. Tough serve by Cotto. Nice pass out to Meyer. Blocked.
Good up.
And another block. All of a sudden, Cedar Catholic throwing the block party. And the ace. 3 straight.
Good, Jada, good.
Meyer tries front left, was open for a second. Reifenrath with the swing, brought back in, pushed out to Meyer. Block, provides her own coverage. Free ball here for Cedar Catholic. Block, what a block, he said, on big blocks by the Trojans. They'll go back to Meyer, they pulled her inside that time. Good. Two touches.
Kind of reaction play there.
Good job to keep that alive. 2 touches again. Madison Blackstone in there to serve. Reifenrath right into a big block from Superior.
He's trying to push that fast tempo a little bit low. Really traps Reifenrath in. Good decision.
What a great tip. Great tip. Maddie Arns. Kept it alive, sent back over, and 2 touches called on that side.
Yep.
So the R1 overrules, and they will replay the point. And the ace here in the 5th. They'll switch sides at 8. Block back, good reaction.
And that
Whistle was early. So high school volleyball, they don't switch sides, they stay on the same side, right. Good swing. And is it in? They're looking for the line judge, calls the tip. Line judge calls a touch.
here you see.
And finally called touch. 9-7. Meyer delivers. 26 kills for Meyer.
Good, Abby, good!
Oakstein not over, out of the back row. Yeah, just feed her wherever she is.
Good,
Got it again. And that was in Class A, the very final match of the day we had to wait all day for. We're getting a great one right here.
good.
Whistle into the net, called 11-9. There are the numbers for Meyer. Oakstein from off, swing long.
Got him going.
Great effort.
Alive.
Could not keep it alive, so the run stopped. That it was the semifinal matchup in which Superior took down the other unbeaten team in Class C2, Nebraska Christian. Most thought we were heading for a showdown between two unbeatens. And instead it was this Superior team that knocked off Nebraska Christian, and now on the verge here in set number 5 as that swing is wide. Hayes with the serve. The ace. Hayes with the ace for Superior. It's their first ever. Tip kept alive, outside. Rolled over, good pass. They'll give it to Meyer. And that'll do it! The Wildcats win it!